Hey everyone, Joanna here. So, I haven't posted a video in a while and I figured I would do that just to kind of update you guys on what's been going on. Not much has been going on. Um, I've been watching a lot of, I'm really into pirates lately. I don't know why I've never watched Black Sails before, but my husband was rewatching it and I fell into it and I absolutely love it. I've always been a pirate fan. I'm trying to bring back Pirates versus Ninjas, if you guys remember that, back from MySpace days. That'd be really cool if I could get that rolling again. Pirate forever. I would never lay down my sword for a ninja star. Even though you guys may joke because I'm Asian, but that doesn't matter. About that. Yeah. Interesting thing to talk about. I was adopted when I was 6 months old. So to me, I am Irish, Scottish, and Lithuanian. And I'm totally Americanized. No, I don't remember. I was born in South Korea. Sorry, my septum is crooked. I know it's going to bother people. Bothers my husband. I was born in South Korea and I was adopted when I was 6 months old into a Caucasian family. I don't remember anything about my homeland, which pisses me off because people have referred to it as that. And I don't like being associated with my people because people have also said that. People think I'm strange. I don't really care. I really don't want to be associated with, even though I physically on the outside, I'm Korean. There is a difference between Korean and Chinese people, and Japanese people, and Filipino people, and they're Pacific Islanders, and they're not Asian. That's just my opinion, and that is what it is when you have to fill out gender things on like surveys and whatever. They're Pacific Islanders. In high school, the only Asians that were in my high school were all Filipino. And they ran the Asian club. And that was really aggravating because everything was about Filipino culture. You should have just called it the Filipino club. Anyway, I don't like being associated with Asian people. I don't like being lumped into that category. The only stereotype that I fit into is that I like rice, and let's be honest, who doesn't? I am a very good driver. I've never been in an accident. I don't really know how to use chopsticks that well, and I am terrible at math. Even basic math. I can't do it. I don't understand it. It's not in our blood, like I've been told. Oh, and I hate seafood. Sushi, any kind of seafood, anything that comes from the sea, I hate it. I used to waitress, and if people asked me about, the seafood that was on the menu, everywhere I've worked, I would get strange reactions when I said, I honestly don't know. I've never tried it myself because I don't eat fish, but, so many people have ordered it and they've said this about it. And the reaction I've even had from one man was, "Are you kidding me? You don't eat fish? That's where you're from. You're from the sea." Like, what does that even mean? That, yeah, Asia's near the sea and they eat a lot of fish, so I'm just supposed to like it? Like, stereotypes are based on truth. I understand that. And it's a really fine line because people can say they're not racist, but every single one of you is racist. A little bit. You might not know it, but you are. You might subconsciously do things, and the sooner you accept that, the better. But stereotypes are based on truth, but that truth is that the Asian population is actually there are more Asians in the world than there are Caucasian people. So, I mean, the ones that you run into that aren't adopted, us minority that aren't adopted and weren't Americanized and that are raised by Asian families, they have cultures They have, they have a history, they have a certain way that they were raised, and that's where the stereotypes come from. And it's just a stereotype. It doesn't apply to every Asian person. This is something, I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but it's just something I wanted to rant about. Something that I want to tell you guys know about me. People have told me, stop trying to be something you're not. You're Asian, be Asian. You're not white, so stop trying to be white. That's how I was raised. I was raised in a predominantly white community. I was the only Asian person in school, let alone Korean growing up. But I was raised with a culture. I Irish step danced for many years. It was a passion of mine. I just don't want to be in Riverdance. Sorry about that. It's the next day now. You can see I'm dressed differently and I look different. My husband had come in and we had some stuff to do, so I had to stop the video. But anyway, to pick up where I left off, the TV's on in the background, just in case. But to pick up where I left off, talking about being Asian and growing up in a white family and racism and stereotypes, and my husband is messing around with this stupid lamp that he bought that projects. If you saw my video, the last video of our cat Nola, he got an aurora borealis light to help him fall asleep to go on the ceiling, and now he's messing around with it. So that's what that was. But anyway, I was talking about my family and growing up and culture, and I was talking about how I Irish step danced for a while, and that's how I was raised. That's the culture that I was raised in. I've had a cloud ring for as long as I can remember. I've always had clouded jewelry. That's who I am. I'm not Korean physically. Like I said, I am Korean, but I'm not on the inside, who I am as a person. Who I am as a person isn't defined by my ethnicity anyway. But when I was really young, I went to this camp. It was Holt Camp. That was the name of it. The adoption agency was Holt International or something. And before that, I went to a different one. The camp, it's like a day camp, and then when I got older, I went to a sleepaway camp. They were for other Asian adoptees. And it was a way for us to get together, to be with other people like ourselves, who only we would understand. Only someone else who is Asian and adopted would really understand the things that I've gone through, the way I've been made fun of. There's just certain things that people that aren't adopted and people that aren't Asian wouldn't understand. If I, be out with my dad or something, people wouldn't get, if we're waiting in line for food or whatever it was, people would just assume that we weren't together. And it's just, it's stupid and it's ignorant. And those are things that only other Asian adoptees would understand. So when I was younger, I went to this camp. I made a lot of friends. They did teach us about culture, about the food, about the different dancing, and how to write Korean characters, with the brush and the ink and everything, and how to make sushi. It sounds so stupid, but yeah, when I was younger, it was good for me. It was a week out of the summer every year until I was 13, maybe 12. I don't know. I started when I was 6. And I made some lifelong friends out of it, and it was good for me. But when I wasn't there and I was home the rest of the year, I didn't have a connection with my Korean culture, and I went back to the same way that I think now. And you might disagree with me. I don't really care, but this is just how I feel about myself. And my family knows, anyone that knows me, they see me as me. I remember the day that I found out that I was adopted. I don't remember how young I was. I was really, really young. And my cousin, who's a year older than me, we were playing at my grandparents' house. I didn't realize I looked any different than the rest of my family, because I was that young. I didn't know. And she told me that I was adopted, and I didn't know what she meant because I was so young. I didn't know what that word meant, but it just didn't sit right with me. So I freaked out, had a temper tantrum, and ran to my parents and was like, you know, so-and-so said I'm adopted. Is that true? What does that mean? I told her it's not true. And I remember the day that I found out, and it's never bothered me. My family is my family, and that's that. Even though we may have issues, like all families do, they're still my family. I have no interest in seeking out my biological parents or family. I know a lot of people that have, from the camp and the friends that I made. I know a lot of people that have gone back to Korea, gone back to the adoption agency they were adopted from, and they sought out their birth parents. And that's great for them. That's something that they wanted, but I've never wanted that. And even if I did, it would be a little difficult. I don't know much about my case. The adoption agency doesn't know much. All I know is that I was born out of wedlock. My biological mother wasn't married, and that is a big deal in Asian countries, China, Korea, Japan. It's, shameful and dishonorable and looked down upon, and I would have had a rough upbringing if I had stayed there. So she made the decision. Probably she couldn't support me. Whatever the reason was, she made a decision to put me up for adoption and give me a chance at a better life. And I am totally thankful for that, because I have a family that loves me. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, but that doesn't mean it's been a bad one. And I don't regret it. I don't think of how different things would be. Yeah, I'd probably be better at math if I had grown up in Korea, because I know the schooling there is really rigorous, which is why that stereotype has come to be, because schooling in Asia is totally different than over here. And how they strive to be perfect and super smart and everything, they're in school most of the day. So it's different than here. So that's why I'm not good at math. It's because just the way the schools are here compared to over there. That's why they are good at math. It's not because I'm supposed to be, or I was born to be good at math, because I'm not. But anyway, I already talked about that. But so yeah, that's just something I felt like ranting about today. Something I felt like sharing with you guys so that you get to know me a little more. It's something that I feel strongly about. Something I've always felt strongly about, something that still is an issue today. I still get comments, 31 years old, people older than me, still ignorant, they don't know any better. Comments are still made about my ethnicity, and I'm just trying to make people aware about how some of us, adopted Asians might feel when it comes to stereotypes and racism, and everybody has their own opinion, which they're perfectly entitled to, but that's just how I feel. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it as well. Everything that I said. So you can say that I'm trying to be something that I'm not, that I can't change the fact that I'm Korean and that's what I am and whatever, because I know there will be people that think that, but it is what it is. So that's kind of all I wanted to talk about today. I guess, I don't know, my next video I think I'll go over probably my tattoos or piercings or something. I don't know. I'll think of something. But anyway, have a great day. Bye.